So isoparametric elements is something that is you are mapping one element with the other coordinate. That is coordinate systems that you might have studied the binary system. That is in the computers they'll be using the things. The binary is 0 and 1 they will be using like that. Here we will be using the +1 to -1, +1 to -1. So the coordinate system just to take down. So this is the actual element. The actual element is being, this is actual element, this is actual element. You are able to see a quadrilateral. This is being mapped with the this rectangle element. The coordinates are, if you take this rectangle elements, you will have +1 and -1, +1 and -1 in the y coordinates. So actually it's a real coordinates are x1, y1, x2, y2, x3, y3 like that, the real coordinates. But it is converted into, if you take that node 1, it is -1 and -1, node 2, it is 1 and -2, 1, and 3, it is 1 and 1, and the fourth node is -1 and +1, like that it is being converted. So I'll explain that one. So what you understand is, if from the element in the real structure is mapped to an imaginary element in an ideal coordinate system. That is, real structure is mapped with an imaginary element. So what I have shown in the next figure, the rectangular one is the imaginary one that varies from +1 to -1, and the first quadrilateral what I have shown here is the real structure. So we are mapping the real structure with the imaginary system, like what we are doing in computer. That is binary system, we have 0 and 1, like that we have to do it also here. So that's what it explains. Once the solution is over, then you can again remap to the original system, from the imaginary system to real structure. So you should understand the word real structure and the imaginary element. Can you just note down these sentences? So have we now noted down? Shall I move on to the next slide? So this is the element. You are able to see it, or should I enlarge it? So the can you draw the diagram? That is, the coordinates 1 is x1, y1, and coordinates y2 is x2, y2, and the node 3 it is x3, y3, and node 4 it is x4, y4. It is mapped with an the other one, rectangular one. The coordinates is varying from +1 to, and we use the, here we use the x-axis as x and y-axis as y. And there we used to have note it as xi and eta. So this is the like xi is the positive x-axis, like positive x-axis, and eta is the positive y-axis. So positive x-axis means, suppose if you take this 1, it is in the positive x direction. Sorry, node number 3. Take the node number 3. It is in the positive x direction. So +1, and the positive y direction. So it is +1. Then if you take the node number 1, it is the negative x direction. That's why I put as -1, and the negative y direction. So that is -1. If you take the coordinate 2, it is positive x direction +1 and negative y direction. So the upward eta is positive, and the downward eta is negative. Similarly, when you look at this fourth nodes, it is negative x direction. So -1, but it is a positive y direction. So like that is being mapped. So fourth one is mapped like this, and third one is mapped here, and the first one is mapped here, and second one is here. So like that the mapping has been done. So x1 is taken as -1, and y1 is being taken as -1. Draw this diagram. If you're finished, just tell me a word. Shall I move on to the next line? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
So the mapping functions, you can write it is the capital X and Y can be mapped with a small xy system using the shape function. That no, that is we have studied already. That is x is equal to, if you want, I'll write and show what we have learned already. already we have learned that that is u of x. We have studied like u of x is equal to u of x is equal to alpha 1x plus alpha 2x plus x square. Sorry, alpha 1 plus alpha 2x plus alpha 3x square plus alpha 4x cube. Like that we have studied. No, similarly I can write for uy also, alpha 1 plus alpha 2y plus alpha 3y square plus alpha 4y cube. Like that we can write. So here from this one I have that I have told you to how to find out the shape function using the boundary conditions applied. How to find out, we have learned in the previous unit. So similarly, so finally we have arrived some concept like a shape function. So these are the n1, n2, n3, n4 are the shape functions, and these are the displacements. You might have studied as d1x, d2x, d3x, and d4x. Like that you have studied. So similarly, here the functions can be, that is the displacement can be related with the shape function and the displacement at each node. Displacement at each node. This is called the displacement function. So can you write this also? The how already you have learned this one. The displacement function, how it is being related. Class படிச்சுனாரா இன்னைக்கு கிளாஸ் அட்டெண்ட் பண்ணிட்டு அப்புறமா முடிச்சிட்டு போ. நெக்ஸ்ட் அவர் வாட்ஸ் த கிளாஸ்? அது தியரி தானே, ப்ராப்ளமா? 1 மினிட்டுக்கா. Okay, this is the, have you written? So this is the displacement function is being how this mapping function, that is or the displacement function. You can write this displacement function. It is how it is mapped to the what is the shape function, displacement function. These are the shape functions. This is the displacement function and this is the shape function. Note it down. So finished writing? Now I'll explain the shape function for a quadratic element. Shape function for a, you put the title as displacement function for a quadratic element. Displacement, sorry, not the displacement function, shape function for a quadratic element. Shape function for a quadratic element. So we are going to derive the values of n1, n2, n1, n2, n3 and n4 for a quadratic element. This is called quad 4 element. Quad 4 element. So there are different elements, quad 4, quad 8, quad 9 element. So all these things are there. Now we are going to derive the shape function for the quad 4 element. Q quadrilateral QUAD, quad 4 element. Just you note down the coordinates as 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. This is xi, this is eta. So this is the positive xi and this is the positive eta. So when you come here, this is the negative value. So can you write the coordinates of this one? Natural coordinate, that is xi and eta. This is 1 plus 1 comma 1. Can you write? What about 2? I want the answer from somebody. What is the coordinate of 2? What's the coordinate of 2? Can you tell me? What is xi?
1 minus 1.
Is it one? Xi is in the negative direction. No, this is the origin. So this is negative xi. 1 or minus 1?
Minus 1 comma 1.
And this coordinate is?
Minus 1 comma minus 1.
Minus 1. This is plus 1 comma
1 comma minus 1.
minus 1. Eta is minus 1. So these are the coordinates. So if you take, you have to find out the shape functions n1, n2, n3 and n4. n1, n2, n3 and n4. So if I suppose if I want to find out the shape function n1, that is for the node 1, n2 is for the node 2 and n3 is for the node 3 and n4 is for the node 4. So if I consider the node 1, the shape function for the node 1, what I have to do is that is take n1 is equal to a constant to 1 plus xi into 1 plus eta. I'll tell you how it is, how I got this value. That is you have to, that is, I'm going to derive the shape function for at node 1. So node 1, how did I write this one? That is node 1, it is a constant. I am going to find out the constant that we have written. No, that is some constants into d1x plus some constant into d2x. That's a n1. You remember that is when we were deriving the what is that? CST element. How do, if you want, I'll show you that also. CST element when we are deriving. What is n1? N1 is equal to 1 by 2 delta into a1 plus b1x plus c1y. So some constants into x and y terms. Similarly, I have taken here the constants as constant as c, and how to derive at this one is that is, you have to leave this one. If I'm finding out n1, you have to leave this node. At the node, what is the displacement? I know the displacement, that is equal to 1 is equal to c into, how did I arrive at these values? I have to cover all the values. What is the equation of this line? Can you tell me? If I take this line, then equation of this line, then the node 2 and 3 will be covered. Then I have to cover this 4 also. So if I take one more line, I'll draw with some other color. So if I have to cover 2, I have to leave 1, and because in that node the displacement function is equal to 1. That's the concept of shape function, and 3 and 4 I have to cover. So this is the equation of the line covering the node 2 and 3, and this is the equation of the line covering 4, that is 3 and 4. So what is the equation of the line? Can anyone tell me? What is constant this one, this line? Xi is equal to, xi is equal to, what is the value of this? Xi is equal to -1. Am I correct? This line, if you take this point, what is the xi value? Node 2, it is -1. Here it is -1. Xi, here it is -1. Xi means x. If you are familiar, if you're not familiar with the notation xi, you take it as x. Here x quantity is 1. Am I correct? So here it x quantity is, what is the node 3 also? Xi is equal to -1. Are you agreeing? Any doubt in this one? So that's why I written 1 plus xi is equal to 0. So that I have taken here. 1 plus xi is equal to, all the other quantities should be equal to, it should not be equal to 1, that quantity should be equal to 0. So this is equal to, if you take this line, what is eta? Eta value for this line? At this node, eta is equal to -1. Eta is equal to -1. Here also eta is equal to -1. So this line is eta is equal to -1. So this line covers the node 3 and 4. This line covers node 2 and 3. So that's why I written eta is equal to -1. So eta plus 1 is equal to 0. That I have substituted here, and this I have substituted here. So 1 plus xi into 1 plus eta. So can you find out the value of z? C is equal to, so I'm finding out for the node 1. So at the node 1, what is xi? Xi is 1. At node 1, this is for, if you want, you write at node 1, Xi is 1 and eta is equal to 1. So C is equal to 1 plus 1 is 2, 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. So C is equal to 1 by 4. So therefore, my N1 is equal to 1 plus so don't copy this one. This is 1 plus eta plus 1 plus I. Because this the notation, that is I have taken this as 1. If I take this as 1, then I will get the value differently, because here what is n value? N1 value, N1 is this is 1. So if I take this one as node 1, I will get this is a N1. This is a N1. This is N1. So don't get confused. You draw this diagram. Mark the ordinates of that one. And for the node 1, what you are getting is C is equal to 1 plus I into 1 plus eta. Now what you are only going to work for N2. What you're going to, don't look at this one. N2 is equal to, find out the value of N2. Tell me the value of N2. Minus 1 and plus 1. So for N2, have you written this one? Have you covered? Shall I rub it off all the other things? Try yourself. What is N2 value? Tell me. So N2 is this value. So find out the value of C first. So N2 means N2 is equal to 1, and you have to cover plus all the other nodes, that is 1, 4 and 3. So you have to cover, once again, if I draw like this, that is eta, this is Xi. So I have to cover 1, 4 and 3. This is 2. So this is what is the equation of this line. If I take equation of this line and this line, then it will cover. So here it is N2 is equal to 1, and all the other things will be covered. Here it is equation of this line and this line you write 1 and 4 and 3 and 4. Can somebody tell me what is 1 and 4? What is equation of 1 and 4? This line. I want to hear from somebody in the class. Sweta?
Ma'am, psi is equal to
Plus
1, ma'am.
1. So this line is wherever you are taking all the points, the psi is equal to 1. Am I correct? Psi value is equal to 1. Psi value is equal to 1. Because when you note here, Xi is, from here itself you can understand Xi is equal to 1 here and Xi is equal to 1. So this line represents, line represents, it is the Xi is equal to 1. What is the equation line 3, 4? 3, 4. Eta is equal to? Eta is equal to minus 1. Am I correct? Eta is,
Yes, ma'am.
eta is equal to minus 1. So I can write 1 minus xi is equal to 0, and the equation of eta plus 1 is equal to 0. So N2 is equal to C2 into 1 minus xi into 1 plus eta. 1 plus eta. That is easy way is, when you look at this line, you see here, in this node 3, it is minus 1. It is here, it is minus 1. If you want, I'll rub it off and once again I'll draw and show you. So eta, this is xi, this is plus 1 and plus 1. This is minus 1 and plus 1. Then this is minus 1 and minus 1. This is plus 1 and minus 1. So you here, if you take this line, if you take, I'm taking this line. I am taking this line. This is 1, 2, 3, and 4. If I am taking this line, you note this third node, it is minus 1 and it is minus 1. So that's why I will write eta is equal to minus 1 line. So it is common. It is throughout, it is common. If you take this line, which is common, you see here minus 1 and minus 1. The other quantity is 1 and minus 1. It's not common. So minus 1 and minus 1. So which is minus 1? Xi is equal to, so xi is equal to minus 1 line. So if you take this one, if you take this one, which is common, 1 and 1 is common. So that is 1 is xi is equal to 1. If you take this line, if you take this one, which is common at node, it is plus 1, and here also it is plus 1. So this is an easy way to do it in your exam. That is, this line is eta is equal to plus 1. So this is xi is equal to minus 1. This is eta is equal to plus 1, and this is eta is equal to 1, and xi is equal to 1. So if you mark that one, then if you find out the nodal points, that is for 1 you will take this 2 and 3 and 3 and 4. Suppose if I want to find out the shape function at this point, node 4, then I have to leave that one, because I know that in that node the shape function is equal to 1, and the other points, that is, I have to cover this one, all the other nodes, 1, 2, and 3 and 4. Oh, sorry, 2 and 4. So I have to leave this one, and I have to cover 1, 2, and 3. So what will I write? What is the equation of this line? This is eta is equal to 1, and if I take this one, I will cover 1, 2, then this is 2 and 3. 2 and this is the equation is xi is equal to minus 1. This is the equation of this line. So I can write like this: N4 is equal to 1 minus eta c into 1 minus eta plus this is 1 plus xi. 1 plus xi. So I know the value of N4. N4 is 1. So C is equal to 1, 5, 1. You will be getting, that is at node 4. at node 4, what is the value of xi and eta? Because we are finding out the shape function for the node 4. Xi is equal to 1. Xi is equal to 1. And sorry, yes, eta is equal to -1. So minus 1, and xi is equal to 1. So this is 1 minus of -1, it will become 2. This will become 2. So 2 into 2. So C4 will be equal to 1 by 4. So like that you complete and tell me. If you are having any doubt, you ask me. Once again, I will explain. Because in this unit you will have the shape function for the quad 4, quad 8 and quad 9 elements. If you understand this concept, then it will be easy for you. If you are having any doubt, you ask me. First you write the equation of the line. Then if I suppose if I want to find out the shape function of 1, then I have to leave that point node and I have to cover all the other nodes. So how to cover the nodes, I'll explain. And finally, to find out the constant value at node 1, value of xi and eta, you have to substitute it. So if I tell me the value of this is not correct. This is marked in some other way. If you want, you can write there. They have marked as 1 minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. So according this one. One, 2, 3, 4. This one is N3. This is N3. This is N2 is N4. And this is N3. N3 is N1. And N4 is N2 is and N4 is N2. Otherwise, you have to mark it other way. If we want to get the same answer thus like this, then the diagram should be like this. So if you want, you can change also. You have to take is 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the answer given here. Check it whether you are getting that answer. Any doubt in that, or should I explain one more time? Any doubt in this? Thamari Selvan, are you able to understand or not? Thamari Selvan?
Yes, ma'am.
You understood?
Yes, ma'am.
What about Kavyaris?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Are you able to get the answers for the other ones, say functions? N1, N2, N3, N4? So N1 is 1 plus xi and plus eta, and N2 is 1 minus xi and 1 plus eta. Then N4 is 1 minus xi and 1 plus eta. Sorry, 1 plus xi and 1 minus eta. That is N4. Anybody can tell me the answer for all the things N1, N2, N3, N4? You were a class after 5 minutes ago. Anybody can answer me. Kritika, what is the answer for N3? Kritika? Hello? What is the answer for N3? Did you find out?
C into
Uh,
1 plus eta.
Are you reading for N3? N3 of what I have marked in the original figure, the first diagram. Not the second one. Are you telling for this one or this is not the one? You are telling for this diagram 3. This is sorry, this is 3. This is what we have done. This are you telling for this or this diagram? First one or second one? Hello? Tamre Selvan? Hello? 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 Jagan, what's the answer? Jagan? Jagan, have you completed? Have you completed?
Last one.
Complete and read. Tamre Selvan, I want to hear from you also.